If you watched my last video, you knew what I said about Marlin Klein as a prospect. I had his pros and cons listed here in this presentation that I had. I told y'all that he had solid blocking foundation with upside in the run game. He had good athletic traits to develop as a receiving tight end with tight end one potential, and he has scheme versatility with inline and movement potential. But for his cons, I said that he was still overall development needed as a complete tight end. I said his route running and consistency as a pass catcher needed growth, and he's not yet a proven high volume receiving threat. So today we're doing a deep dive on the film of Marlin Klein, the tight end out of Michigan. He's 6'6", which ranks in the 94th percentile for height, 248 in terms of weight, which is the 48th percentile. He's got 32 and 3/8 inch arms, which is good enough for an offensive guard, 9 1/4 inch hand size, which is, good measurables for a quarterback with hands. He's got a 4.6 140, which ranks him in the 94th percentile, a 1.64 10-yard split, which is the 76th percentile, 36-inch vertical, which puts him in the 90th percentile, broad jump at 9'9", which puts him in the 71st, a three cone at 7.42, which puts him in the 31st. And his RAS score equated to a 9.04/9.05, which put him 141st out of 1,471 possible tight ends. So you can see that Marlon Klein's a good athlete, but what's the film all about? We'll see today. We're going to look through two games. We're doing this for each prospect. I had Marlon Klein as the one circled just because a lot of people were not fans of the pick, so we're going to see what he's all about. They thought the pick was too early. Quite frankly, I did too, so we're going to see what this prospect's all about. We're going to watch his game against Maryland and then his game against the University of Texas today, so we'll jump right in there. Here we are against the University of Maryland. Oh, you can see him on the field on the inline right here going against, if we go back to the initial snap, you can just see how quick he's off the ball. Um, that's a receiver in Donovan McCulley, who I believe went undrafted as a free agent somewhere on the left-hand side. And always positive things to look at there. Just getting that initial burst. Not on this snap, because that's McCulley, that's Marsh. Yeah, not on this snap. I actually remember that play vividly. I'm a Michigan fan for those of you who do not know. Uh, not seeing Klein here either. Looks like it's Zach Marshall at tight end for the Wolverines, and Hogan Hansen. 2nd and 15. Marlon Klein now right here in for Michigan. We'll be able to see it here, so we're going to rewatch it from here. But, you can see quick step, breaks out here into a good area to allow this underneath to kind of stay open. Maybe you'd like this to be a little deeper and then this to be a little deeper because it looks like a cover two. But obviously you don't know that unless the quarterback's making the mental note. He kind of breaks upwards though, which means that this has to sink more, and this is still very open to go get the first. So far as pass protection, run blocking, hops, athlete underutilized rack question mark, and then 1v1 versus edges, not on the field on this snap. Hogan Hansen play. So we'll skip through this. Every time he's not on the field, it seems like a bad play for Michigan, interestingly enough. As he's not here again. Nice throw to Marsh down the sideline. Still not in, so maybe he's getting the old drive rest. But yeah, it's Hansen in right now for Michigan. Underwood takes off. Almost a great catch. 3rd and 4. Again, two tight ends set. I believe that's Hansen at the top of the screen, which it is. So again, no Klein on this drive so far. See what happens here on this snap. Two tight ends. Yeah, this has got to be his rest drive. I think he has about one every 3 potentially. Not in the game here. It's an all-skilled position. Quads. So, all running backs, all receivers. Same set, it looks like, so no Klein again. 3rd and 1. Don't think he's back in the game. It looks like the same set still. Maybe they're going with this for a whole full drive now. But 3rd quarter, halfway through the game, Klein is back out there right here on this left-hand side of your screen. Let's see if he goes one-on-one. We'll have to rewind this too again because it doesn't show you on the other angle. But you can see Klein and Hansen kind of stack weirdly, but then look at the He has a DB kind of turned this way. Obviously, he's facing the direction that Klein's about to break because he knows that Underwood's rolling out that way. The DB has eyes in the backfield for some reason. Um, but Klein breaks in. He still has that separation because everyone else flows down. This guy flew here. So if Klein kind of breaks down a little bit, he's open for a throw from Underwood. I just don't think Underwood sees him. Probably too far out of his. The last note that I made actually was just seams with 3 exclamation points, similar to hops. But great catch there for Klein. I guess we'll see him work this seam here. We can actually see it live time, see how he approaches or runs this route. Rips the edge to make sure that he doesn't get a push on him, so he can, just work his full route. Then gets underneath or above the linebacker, underneath the safety, I believe, and just able to corral it in. Good hands here. You can see him kind of turn and adjust towards the ball. Right here, turns, adjusts towards the ball, puts his hands in the air at a good time, catches it with his hands, and then goes down to make sure he secures it. Really nice catch there. Puts it on his body just so if it rolls around, he's still able to corral it with his hands. So I guess we'll see where Michigan ends up. Klein subbed out. They go back to this kind of spread set with a sniffer with 42, who's their fullback, other than Bredesen. 2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line. Is Klein back in the game? No, they're still in the same set, same personnel. Or different set, same personnel, excuse me. And then Marshall and Hanson in here. But, I mean, Parker's in. He was our RB2 this game, actually, so it's not that far-fetched, I guess. But he's our RB4 regularly. 3-receiver set. Parker's still in the game. No Klein, though. So we will, in fact, continue on. 2nd and 5 at the 17. We'll see if Klein's in. Yes, sir, he is. He's right here at this tight end slot. Is in. So I doubt we see Klein. I guess we'll continue through just to see. But, I mean, you could definitely fast forward here because I'm just going to be skipping through plays at this point. Not even in here. Yeah, I think we're done with the Klein for this game. Obviously, if there's one, we'll see it. But no, I truly think Peyton O'Leary's still in. He was getting some snaps this game, really. Kapna's in, freshman running back too. Yeah, I think we've seen the end of Klein. I'll continue to click through, but we're approaching 4-minute mark. Klein's not seeing the field the rest of this way, so I'll pause it here. I'm gonna go pull up the next game, and it's going to be Michigan versus UT in the Citrus Bowl, I believe it was. All right, here we got the bowl game: Michigan versus Texas, in the Citrus Bowl. Zach Marshall out there instead of Klein. So we'll continue on here if it allows me to. There we go. 2nd and 2. Klein at the bottom of your screen here. They motion him out, motion him back in. Checks across the screen. Does he get the dump off? Should have, but a good throw by Underwood to McCulley. So maybe he shouldn't have, but you can see him being used in motion, just being a weapon for Michigan to utilize in the passing games. Look at him motion out, run across the screen there. Good pace on it. He had a couple yards to him, but drew the defender's attention and allowed McCulley to stay open there. Good rep. Or I guess a good play design more than anything for Michigan. I believe that's Klein right here. You can see him work over the middle parts of the field, wide open, but Underwood just unable to find him there. But, I mean, you'll be able to see Klein come open over the middle part of the field there probably, right here. Oh, that means, okay, sorry, I just skipped 10 seconds by accident. I thought that meant pause. This is the same play? I want to make sure it's the same play. No, it is not. Okay. Went too far. I'll have to pause it when Klein opens up over the middle part of the field. Right there. If Underwood throws this ball here, Klein got 10, 15-yard gain. Throws it over the middle part of the field still to, I believe that's Andrew Marsh. Was that number 4 or number 3? I can't recall. But Klein not in on this snap. It looks like it's Hogan Hansen, but it looks like a botched snap anyway. Yeah. Klein at the top of your screen here just runs underneath. Underwood should find him, but doesn't. And it's a loss. Could have had a gain there with Klein. Finds Kuzdal with the check down. Didn't really need to move his feet. It wasn't like there was any immediate pressure. You can see Klein just open over this middle part of the field, really, if Underwood wants to just throw it there, But he finds Kuzdal, who uh, loses a couple. It's 3rd and 18, probably just a run play, but I guess you can see what Klein does here. Unless Michigan decides to take a shot. But, I mean, it's 3rd and 18. I'd feel like you play conservative. You can see Klein here, though, number 17, at the slot, at the 44-yard line. And it's a botched snap. Underwood goes down. But I guess we can see what Klein does here. He tries to work. Malik Muhammad puts his hands on him. I believe that's Malik Muhammad, excuse me. But, botched snap. The play was kind of just messed up to begin with. Colin Simmons makes his first sack of the game. Probably made a couple. Don't see Klein out here on this one. Kuzdal up for a decent gain. And doesn't look like Klein. No, Klein is not there. I believe Andrew Marsh changed his number from 4 to 3 for this game, which is why it looks a little different. They go hurry up here, so again, no Klein. And I'm guessing after the snap, you'd expect him to be on the field. 1st and 10 at the 44. And no, they go hurry up again. So no Klein again. 3rd and 7. Klein is in right here. And he's open. But Underwood tucks it and goes. Flag thrown for I don't know what reason. But you can see that that's not Klein in the motion game, excuse me. But Klein just puts his body because he thinks Underwood's tucking it. Instead of finishing his route, which is a decent bit of awareness there, actually. But you can see him check into the backfield, or motion in. Looks like a heavy set. And they go screen. And that was just a weird play design, excuse me. Had a hard time figuring out what was happening. Screen to pass with Marlin Klein as the target. But I think the throw was either behind him or it was just a wonky. We'll see where this throw goes. Way over, way behind. Yeah, I mean, he's not getting there, but he had his body positioned well to potentially do something on the ball. Quads out to the left. I do not see Klein there, though. Good rep by the Texas DB. 3rd and 18. Klein in on that trip side at the top. They go screen again to his side. Really good block, actually, for Klein. Allows Michigan to get into field goal range there, which is, I think, what their goal was. But, I mean, you'll be able to see this block here. About to get my second check mark for pass protection after just that. Just wanted to see it in this game, too. I don't know if that's pass protection or run blocking, though, so I'll hold off for now. Hasn't really been asked to work on the inside, but you can see him here working on the inside now as kind of a sniffer. And he releases out on a route, and him and Underwood are just not on the same page. I think Underwood's expecting Klein to just stop, and then Klein doesn't. You can see him still going here while Underwood puts it on his back shoulder, expecting him to probably turn, but he just doesn't end up doing that. So it's an incomplete pass. Not really anything to say for the quarterback or the player. It's just a misjudgment. Klein motions to the right side here, kind of playing that sniffer again, right here where my cursor is. Blocks down, finds his way. Decent rep. Not great, not bad. Um, you know, had Barnes squared up, and then he was able to, Kuzdal kind of just ran into where Klein was just because he made that gap. See that hole open up. Good rep by Barnes there. Um, I think Klein could have done a little bit better in my opinion. We'll go back a little bit. Right here, you can see squared up perfectly, and then Barnes just able to shed a little bit. Um, Klein still had him, but Barnes just able to make a play because he sees Kuzdal coming. He was able to peek and shed just slightly, not even too drastically, but just do something with it. But you can see Klein here at the, I guess, middle of your screen, not even bottom. But we'll see what he does on this play specifically. Works over the middle of the field. They throw it over the top. What a catch. But, I mean, you'll see Klein's route here. You can see him at the left portion of your screen. You'll see his route just because he breaks in. You can see his shadow. You can't see him, funnily enough. But, I mean, you'll see him as soon as the play starts. Break in, gets underneath. So he did have positioning there if Underwood wanted to put it. And I think that's Ronnie Bell's brother. And this was actually confirmed as a touchdown, I believe. Because I remember watching that game. And yeah, it was 10-10. You can see Klein here motions out. And they look to throw. And he puts his body. What a block. Yeah, we're giving him that rim blocking tally for that. Turning his hips, getting on the man. You can see him, or no, that's Marshall, but you can see him open up that lane for Underwood to be able to step out of bounds and not get hit. Quarterback is going to love you for that. Don't believe he's in on this play. No, they have a sniffer. No Max Bredesen in this one so far, I don't think. Klein, is that Klein or is that Hansen? That's neither, but it's not Klein. It's a line. Oh, did I miss him? Oh, Klein's right here. He's working the seam and goes over his head or just mistimes the jump. Don't know exactly what happened. We'll be able to see it here. You can see him work the seam again. Like he's really good in the seams. Jumps too early, realizes no, the ball's a little high. I think. I mean, definitely something you might be able to reel down, but like he jumps expecting it to start falling there, and I think it just kind of floats in the air, so he misanticipates it, and then uh, just over his head, a little bit of an overthrow by Underwood there, but he's trying to level it, so it's a hard throw, but a hard adjustment too for Klein, so you can't really fault either there again. You can see him at the top of your screen here again. You can tell when it's Klein because he's just such a big dude. Works underneath the field, just stops in the middle there, able to corral it. Picks up an extra couple yards there too. Picks up the first down, chain mover. Or was that third and long? No, that was the first down. Good catch by Klein there. They go to him back-to-back plays. He's able to just stop in front of uh, right in front of the traffic. You'll see him come across your screen, accelerates, and then stops right here. Turns, picks up the first down, and falls forward. So nice rep, nice throw by Underwood to just put it where no defender could really swat it out. Nice catch by Klein to just see it into his body. And he is out for this snap. Is that Underwood taken off? I believe so. He has a white undershirt there. Yeah, it is. No Klein here either, it looks like. After making that catch, Underwood is off to the races. And I expect Klein on this next snap where it's going to be Probably a power set. And you can see him here, number 17. We'll see what he does. I'm guessing he'll be blocking down, which he is. And it's a quick throw. Andrew Marsh able to find the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Yeah, Marsh did change his jersey number from 4 to 3, I believe, for this game. But you can see Klein work this down block here, this double team. Just does his job. Not really anything too crazy there. But, I mean, you love to see players do their job at the end of the day. No Klein on this one. Yep, I was correct. Missed him on one of them, but I think we've only missed him on one. No Klein on this. They have this personnel that they went to last game, or last game we watched. Not exactly their last game. They played Ohio State between this. Klein here. It's the Cheez-It Bowl. Excuse me, not the Citrus Bowl. But Klein right here, probably going to work a seam, if I were to guess. That's exactly what it does. And Underwood just unable to find him. He had him. I guess we'll see what the other angle looks like. But you can see Klein probably work this middle part of the field because these linebackers are in a double mug. So I mean, you'll see Klein work this middle part of the field and probably be wide open because they're blitzing 6. Ooh, Underwood. I love Underwood. Don't get me wrong, but like, I mean, the safety's being patient, but man, good route by Klein here. You'll see cut, stick, go. I mean, Underwood's already opening up, I guess, but I mean, he had that opportunity there to make a big play. Underwood just doesn't look that way, which is fine. Michigan punts and don't see Klein. It looks like Hanson's out there. And they pull him, and Hanson does nothing. I wonder if that was an RPO. You can see Klein at the bottom of the screen here. He has 1 catch so far today in this one. I think had 3 against Maryland. Colin Simmons able to find the backfield and wreak some havoc. We'll see what Klein does from this angle. It's hard to see from the other one. Helps out Frazier and then tries to work to the second level. Everyone just flows to the play, and then Kuzdal's already down at that point. Klein probably going to work a seam here, just knowing him. Can hurry it up a little bit. Still here. Didn't motion him or anything, and he is in fact working a seam. It's a quick throw to the outside. Donovan Coley reels it in. Nice throw by Underwood. I think it was probably 3rd down though. I mean, I think you might be able to see Klein once he gets. Yeah. Then the camera pans out. It's a little hard to see, but wasn't a bad route by any stretch of the imagination. 48 seconds left for Michigan. You can see Klein at the bottom here, or at the top, excuse me. I believe that is in fact him. They did that a lot. I guess it was a design with Hanson too. I guess it's an RPO action, but Underwood's just handed it off both times because you can see, yeah, it's definitely an RPO action, but able to just get in the way enough so Michigan's not able to make a play. They go hurry up. Klein's still right here on that seam route still. Good throw, good catch, gets leveled, but still able to reel it in. Nice play there for the Texans tight end now. You can see him right here at this right side of your screen. He's going to work that seam, get through. You can see this window that he's aiming for. I mean, this dude's flying, and I think that's the dude that lays the boomstick. But good throw by Underwood to level it, and then really good catch by Klein to just make sure he's able to secure it with that hit. Catches it with his hands. He can see the dude coming, kind of just corrals it in, and then takes a big hit there, but able to probably best catch so far that you've seen. I mean, you talk about contested catching. That's what it is. See this dude right here? I think that's Malik Muhammad. And Klein's just able to work this seam. Gain of 20 for Michigan. Just working the seam. Underwood finding him, leveling that throw, which we know CJ Stroud's so good at. So I think that's going to translate to the NFL pretty easily. But a really nice throw by Underwood there, kind of just leveling it. You can see between leveling it, putting it between the triangle, which is what you like to do as a quarterback. Klein gets leveled, but I mean, able to corral it anyway. Ball at the 50 instead of 30 now. So it was a 20-yard pickup. They go hurry up again. Klein there at the bottom of or top of your screen, excuse me. They go out to Mr. Goodwin, and they're rolling the clock again. But you can see Klein there. I think just on another seam, little post, little seam. I think it was a choice route, and he kind of curls it a little bit. Subbed out for this play. Finally gets his breather. But Underwood goes outside. Third down and 3. Ball on the 43. Klein back into the game here. And just stops. Good catch. Able to pick up the first down there. Good awareness by Klein just to sit. Pick up the first down, stop the clock in college because it's a first down completion. So quick hitter from Underwood. I guess we'll have to see it from the other angle to really look through it. But you can see Klein just off the start here. He sees the open space with the linebackers kind of dropping back and just stops. So you can see linebackers tracking back. This one's trying to plant, and then Klein already stopping, and Underwood sees that, so he's just able to deliver it. Klein still bouncing his feet a little bit just in case he has the opportunity to turn and go. Just secures it and falls down to the ground. Uh, make sure he picks up that first down for Michigan, which is probably valuable because, I mean, I guess we'll see if they go 20-17 up in the half. Because if that's the case, then this catch by Klein means that they're able to get into field goal range here, which was very smart play by him. Just catches the ball, slides down, and still into the game at the 36-yard line. And we'll see if he gets a target here. Underwood under some pressure. Outside to Marsh, just out of bounds. Don't know what Klein did here. Was Klein open? He was. If Underwood had time, he probably had one of these two, but the ball was already out pretty early. But I guess we'll see this route again. You'll see. No, because the camera pans. You won't see Klein. 9 seconds left. I'm assuming it's probably a run or a quick dump off, and then they take a timeout. Klein at this right side of your screen. And it is just, in fact, a run to Kuzdal, and they're able to pick up a decent gain. Michigan's probably going to take a timeout going to the half up 3, would be my guess. We can look at Klein here, see if he goes down. No, he's one-on-one with an edge. He just holds his own. Easy rep for him, really, because the ball's opposite side of him. Looks like Michigan missed the kick because it's 17-17. Kuzdal breaks a big one there. Klein's not in the game, though. Going to put pass protection up for 2, though. Just over the course of this game, I think I've seen enough. So run blocking 2, pass protection 2, athlete 2, underutilized 1. And then rack, I still have a question mark under because he hasn't really done that too much in this one. Got leveled after one, slid after the other. Gets put in motion here. And they throw it over the middle part of the field. Wide open, but just unable to corral it. I'm going to put motion man. Not in terms of money. Well, I guess he did just make a boatload of money. But just because they seem to put him in motion a lot. And by the way, these are things to look forward to with these players. So, I'm not going to put. Ooh, good block. Good block, Mr. Klein. But yeah, it's things to look forward to because you're looking at what does he bring. It's not what does he not bring. I mean, obviously I'll pause it if it's a bad rip, but I'm not going to put it down in my notes. But just a double team able to push him down to the ground. Strength. Another decent rep. Kuzdal able to bounce it. See it again here. Just a power set. Klein kind of just finds his way into the pile. Kuzdal really bounces it though, so nothing too important there. I believe he checks out of the game at this point, and he does. Halfway through this one, seems to be quite the long one. I'll see when Underwood starts throwing his picks, because we know he did. But you can see Klein here working this. He's open again, and he's open again, but Underwood just doesn't want to throw it. He takes it out of bounds. Smart play by him. But I mean, you can see this route by Klein. Now, like if Underwood has a clean pocket, now, like Klein's going this way. Underwood just throw it to the red. Klein would be there. But then he turns it. He finds the open space again if Underwood's technically rolling out and has some open space, but I mean, just takes it out of bounds. It's going to be a holding call for Michigan there. So run blocking, I'm putting my third check mark. Pass protection, I'm going to keep it 2 check marks for now. I know this rep didn't really signify that, but I'm just saying with what I've been watching. Uh, Run blocking is definitely at a T in this one and was at a T in the other one. Athlete, I have 2 check marks. I don't know if I'm gonna put the third, but the hurdle at the very least and the speed that he's showing in this or in these games is at least putting 2. Um, if it's a high end 2, close 3, I put 2 plus. So you just add a plus mark there. If it's a low end 2, I put 2 minus, and then if it's just 2, it's just 2. So you'll see my check mark system. But you'll see Klein here. 58 minutes so far in this recording, which is interesting. But I guess you'll get minutes or hours of film on each of these guys pretty much. Oh my God, Underwood. Come on, man. Right there. Just look. I mean, bad block. Don't get me wrong. Underwood's probably panicking a little bit at this spot. Yeah, he moves. But even then, Klein still wide open if he just turns his head a little bit. Throws it to the sticks. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I'm going to put 2 plus as an athlete for Klein. And then 2 minus for underutilized, I think is a fair argument to make. You can see him here. We'll see this run blocking prowess. Um, Actually just falls. Oh, and then a dirty hit. He knew it was a dirty hit too. He's got some swagger. Okay. But you see him kind of try to help out and then just loses his balance because he's lunging. Got some swagger to him. Okay. You can see him go up to number 14 there. See him at the seam. Dude. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Safety bit. I was gonna say if he found that second level and was able to find the open space, that's some high level play there. I guess we'll go back because you won't be able to see it. But I mean, look at this initial burst, and then look at him find this open space, cut. Safety does bite, which is the issue. Ball's in the air at this point too, but you know, if safety plays their contain there and doesn't bite, then Klein has a 20-yard gain there if Underwood looks that way. But he looks to the left, so nothing to really say there. Klein not on for this. Underwood takes it out left. 3rd and 2. Klein into the game here. Lined up as a receiver. Don't. Ooh! What a throw by Underwood. A little bit of a drop there by Klein. Really nice route, though. Finds that back spot. Really tough catch. Should maybe corral it in, though. I mean, really, really good route. Every route he's ran is pretty smart, at least. But you can see I think the DB does get a punch in there actually, because if you look when I freeze it, look at yeah that hand swiping down. So I think the DB was just able to get that hand in there. So I think Klein would have had it otherwise. Looking at like I don't know, I'm not trying to make an excuse. So I'm really trying to look closely, but like from what you see, you can see that DB's hand there, and then he swipes. Yeah, DB was able to make a play on the ball. I guess we'll see it from the other angle. See if it looks the same there. Yeah, he does. He does. He does. He does. So he's able to punch it out. So good throw by Underwood. Good route by Klein. Strong hand from the Texas DB to stop that from being anything. Um, oh, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's good hand by the DB there. Michigan down by 4. You can see Klein right here. QB draw. Underwood just takes it and goes. I think everyone else ran a route though. So route running right now, I'm giving it a 2. And we'll continue on to the next play. You can see Klein lined up here. Could be a potential screen. It's a run. He's just holding his own with DB. DB doesn't want to do anything. Klein working over to help the pile, which is always nice to see. But DB didn't want to do anything, so Klein was just like, all right, I'll hold on to him. But you can see him at the end of the play making it there. Working backside. Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Come on, Bryce. Like, I know he wanted that, and I understand it, but like this play design is for you to throw it right now, so Klein can go. Throw it, throw it, and then he finally decides to, and it just yeah. I mean, strong hand to corral it, but like, ooh, looks like he got banged up a little bit there too, because his quarterback kind of just threw him a host. Like right now, just go, just toss it under your hand or something too, even if you need to. And then he lasers it at his head. I don't know, man. Interesting one. But yeah, subbed out here. Probably going to be subbed out the rest of this drive if I were to guess. Still subbed out here. Underwood tries to tuck it. Goes nowhere. Somehow we're back here. 2nd and 17, it looks like. Force an incompletion. Klein's still not out there. I don't know if he'll still field the rest of this game. He was having a decent game up until that point, though. I think 4 catches is what we saw. Maybe he gets another one in there. Um, Interception by Underwood. And that's Hansen. Maybe that just knocked him out the game. Definitely could have. Hansen's still in there. So we're going to have to make our conclusions for this video. Probably at the end of the 3rd quarter here. I did not know he got hurt in this one. I apologize. Hansen. Oh, no, that's Hansen. Sorry, I was saying the wrong name for Hansen. But 2 tight ends out there, and they're not Klein. Yeah, if Klein's not in this set, I don't know if he's coming back in. Kapna gets a little toss. Still a tight end that's not Klein in there. Another tight end that's not Klein. It's Bell at the top of your screen. I know you see the one and you might think it's Klein. It's not. Still no. I think he might be done. We'll continue to skip through just to make sure because he definitely could come back in at some. There's a big dude there. It was Hanson. Um, might be done in this one. That hit was a little not dirty, but heavy, and he got hit pretty heavy earlier on. Underwood takes it. Looks like he finds the end zone there. So touchdown for Michigan. We'll see. No Klein. Does he end up coming back in? No, not yet. Got about 10 minutes for him to come back in. Not there. That's Marshall and Hanson, it looks like. So still no. And Underwood throws a pick. Hey, man, if Klein comes out and you're throwing picks, then Klein's valuable. But I think he's done for the day at this point. Would be my guess. Another interception there. This is getting bad. Uh, Still not in. I think he's done. I've said that for a while, but I'm just trying to make sure here. Good day at the office though. If that was it for Klein in this one, I guess you can see if we see 17 on the sidelines on a play, but down 14, 2 minutes left. Mm, yeah, I'm at the belief that he's done with 1 minute left in the game. All right. Well, that's going to be everything. Um, Looks like Michigan just turned it over, and that's going to be ball game. Okay. So we've got our analysis on Mr. Marlin Klein. Let me know what y'all saw from this film. Whether or not it was good to y'all, whether or not y'all liked what y'all saw from the tight end. Um, Overall, pass protection gets two plus check marks, so the highest other than a 3. Most of that came against Maryland, so I'll make a note of that. Rim blocking, I gave it a 3, and that was for both games, so I'm gonna make a note of that. I put hops just because of that vertical athlete. I put 2 plus, and that was really shown in both games. But I'll go Maryland just because it was a little bit favored in one than the other. Underutilized, I thought he was underutilized in the Maryland game, but both, to be honest, so I'm going to put both games. A little unfair for the Texas one because he did get hurt, but I thought there was opportunity. I put rat question mark because of the Maryland game. He showed some ability there. 1v1 versus edges was really nice. Seams, motion man strength, and then route running I just gave 2. And I thought the best parts of that were against Texas, really. So overall for Klein, pass protection 2 plus check marks. Rim blocking gets all 3. Hops with 3 exclamation points. Athlete with 2 plus check marks. Underutilized with 2 minus check marks. Rack question, like rack potential 1v1 versus edges is nice to see. Seams are nice to see. Motion man is nice to see as well. And then his play strength is really nice to see as well. And then route running got 2 check marks for me, just at 2. Let me know what y'all thought about Marlon Klein down below. I know it's been a black screen for a while, so we'll just get to a play. Um, let's see, was he in here? We'll give you one play to remember about Marlon Klein. Oh, he caught a pass right here. I believe. Not this one, but maybe this one. Hey, he caught a pass right here. We'll end it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching though. We'll do this next. Let me know which prospect is the most intriguing for y'all to watch next. For me, it'd probably be Lewis Bond, maybe. The one that I watched the least, or like studied the least, would be Fabechi Wiwu or Lewis Bond. So let me know which one y'all want to watch. It could be Rutledge, it could be McDonald, it could be Wiwu, it could be Woodez, it could be Ramsey, it could be Bond, it could be Fisher, it could be a UDFA guy like Stonehouse if you want to watch some punts. It could be Whittington if you want to watch some running back play. Um, or like Colin Wright from Stanford if you want to watch some corner play. But let me know what y'all want to watch down below. Again, I'll post the Marlon Klein notes on Twitter for y'all to go see. But thank y'all so much for watching. And as always, it's Texans Takeover, and I'm out. If you did enjoy, please be sure to like, subscribe. Peace.